Good evening. Welcome to this guided meditation session at Vajrayana Institute. And I'm Wai Cheong. Together, we will be doing our usual 2 sessions of meditations. And the first one, we will continue to explore this particular type of meditation called calm abiding, where we learn to calm or settle the disturbances of our body and mind in meditation, so that they can really abide here and now, abide on the objects of meditation, and experience a sense of stillness, even bliss. So today I thought we can explore the theme of what I would call positive association with our meditation. Positive association with meditation itself, the whole activity of meditation, positive association with the objects of meditation, or sometimes I call it support, because that's how I really see. For example, we're going to use the breath sensations, and I don't see them so much as something we need to somehow focus on continuously, but I see the breath sensations that we experience and we can become aware of as a support, a support whereby our attention can rest upon such a support and find its way into a different set of experiences during our meditation. So, what do I mean by working on positive associations? I think very often, totally unconscious on our part, we might have been building up a lot of negative associations with our meditation, even though we may hold in our mind the idea that meditation is something beneficial, good, healthy, or whatever. Yeah. But in our actual experiences, from one session to another over a period of time, we might actually be sort of unconsciously, unintentionally reinforcing a kind of negative associations. We might associate our meditation practice with frustration, with like great difficulty, lots of effort. We need to try harder and harder, and often finding ourselves failing. Failure is also another negative associations, that we fail to meditate well. We have bad meditation sessions. That is so often. Occasionally, you may, if people ever mention their meditation practice, quite often they seem to have something not so nice to say about it, or the fact that they have not been meditating for a long time. They forgot about it. They dropped their meditation practice. They're unable to sustain it. So all these are negative associations, isn't it? And so I want to encourage people to consciously, intentionally build positive associations with our own meditation practice. To associate meditation with positive experiences, with positive learning, and you'll find that as we build up this rich kind of positive associations, it is reflected in how we relate to meditation practice, and in fact, it actually create a condition for us to continue with our meditation practice, to keep coming back to it. We may take break, short or long break from our meditation practice, but nonetheless, because we have such a good association, when the opportunity arises, we may find ourselves coming back to it. So, how do we build positive associations? There are various ways, various things to maybe we can take note of. First and foremost is to really invite into our awareness any pleasant sensations that arise as a part of our meditation. No matter how slight or how mundane, how simple those pleasant sensations may be, as simple as relaxing the muscles of our face and feeling so much more comfortable, as the tension of the face melt away or released, then there is a feeling of comfort, of ease, or softening. Something as simple as that, and as brief as that, because it doesn't last very long. We sort of fade from our awareness very quickly. But when we do notice it, we make an kind of we really try to be mindful and invite it into our awareness, and in some way associate our practice, associate our effort in meditation with pleasant sensations, pleasant experiences. So you can start with that, physical, any kind of physical relaxation, any sense of ease or pleasures. Take it, don't waste those pleasant sensations. Really welcome them fully into awareness. Let them stay within awareness for as long as they last. Of course, as they fade, we can let them go. And also to associate the practice itself with something, with positive learnings. For example, we can, as we're going to use the breath as a support later on, to learn to view the act of attending to the breath sensations as something really helpful. For example, I like to emphasize seeing the out breath as an opportunity to release. Doesn't matter what we are releasing, because it's not entirely under our control. But this association that each time we breathe out, we can even remind ourselves in our mind by saying the magic word, release. Maybe some of the discomfort in the body, some of the agitation in the mind, given time, might actually flow away with the breath and just disappear, leaving us alone. And so when we notice that happening, usually not immediately, maybe like a delayed reaction, when we notice it, please highlight it to yourself and say, oh, that's nice, that's great. Maybe many minutes into the meditation, like for example, I have a lot of tension in my shoulders, the shoulders start to relax. Can I be aware of it? Can I, in one way or another, by paying attention to that, I learn to form a kind of connection between meditation and the release of habitual tension in my body. Or in other instances, the release of disturbing thoughts in the mind. Maybe not immediately, but after I meditate for a while, I sort of notice that I have forgotten, I have put aside certain worries or angry thoughts, certain disturbance of the mind have been set aside. So is it possible to forge that connection, positive connection, right? So let's explore this as we do our usual meditation in my so-called 3-step process, and I'll guide you through this. And so take a few moments, adjust your body, find a suitable meditation posture. You can sit upright in a chair like how I'm doing, or you can sit on the floor on a cushion in some cross-leg position. You can also most welcome to lie down on your back, maybe on the yoga mat or some kind of padding. You can lie on the floor, or you can lie on a firm bed if you have one. The main thing is lying down, try to have lie on a surface that provides sufficient solidity and support for your body. So as you do that, get yourself into a position. I'm going to ring this bell to signal the start of the meditation. So let's begin by spending just a little bit of time to allow the body to find its way into the meditation posture. In this posture, see if you can become aware or let into your awareness sensations coming through from beneath your body at the different points of contact between your body and your seat, your body and the ground. Allow your body to feel that it is resting on a solid, firm and stable support in this posture, and that the entire posture feels very stable, supportive, balanced and safe. We do so in order to trigger a natural process whereby the body can start to loosen up, it can start to unwind, releasing some of the many tightenings and tensions in the different parts of our body. So by promoting the natural release of these unnecessary tensions and tightness, we would like to help the body to ease its way to really settle down comfortably into the meditation posture. This is the first step, what I will call acquiring a seat for our body in meditation. And for the second step, which we will spend quite a bit of time, we want to reconnect the mind with the body, reconnect our attention with the various bodily experiences. We do so in order to further facilitate the settling down of body and mind into meditation, to help them shift gears, to make that transition. And we're going to do that synchronized with our natural breath. So first, see if you can, among the many different sensations of the body, see if you can highlight and become aware of the sensations associated with your breath. See if you can notice your in-breath and your out-breath. And synchronize with the natural rhythm of the breath, I'm going to invite you with the in-breath to return your attention to your own body, to the different parts of your body, to be in touch with the different sensations at that part of your body as you breathe in. And with the out breath, I'm going to invite you to practice releasing. Imagine as you breathe out and release the carbon dioxide in your lungs, that you give permission. Maybe some of the disturbance of body and mind can also be released. So let's begin at the crown of the head, gently resting our attention at the crown, the topmost part of our body. Breathing in, imagine allowing ourselves to attend to the sensations at the crown, to be in touch with sensations here. Breathing out, we remind ourselves to release. Not to worry what we are releasing, we simply facilitate a process of release. So at the crown, breathe in, be in touch with sensations, breathe out and release at your own pace. And then moving on, allow attention to travel downwards to the forehead. Maybe pick a spot between the eyebrows, lightly touching this spot with your attention. Breathe in, be aware of sensations here at your forehead. Breathe out and release. Release any tension at the forehead. Release also any tension at your own face. Breathing in, be aware of sensations here in your body. Breathing out, we release. And now we allow attention to travel down to the throat, so that as we breathe in, we are in touch with sensations here at the throat. And as we breathe out, remind ourselves to release. Allow attention to move to the right shoulder. Pick a spot at the right shoulder, and as we breathe in, return our attention here, be in touch with sensations at the right shoulder, and as we breathe out, deepen the sense of release. Let our attention travel down to the right elbow. Just a light touch without much effort. Breathe in, be aware of sensations at the right elbow, out and release at your own pace. And then moving further down to the right wrist. Breathe in, be in touch with sensations here. Subtle sensations at the wrist that normally we don't notice. And as we breathe out, remind yourself to release. Let attention flow into the right hand, so that as we breathe in, we are aware, in touch with sensations in the hand, the palm of the hand, the back of the hand, down the fingers, all the way to the fingertips. And as we breathe out, remember to release. See if you can release the weight of your right arm. Allow it to rest comfortably on its support. So coming back to your own body, if you do notice your attention has wandered off, which is perfectly normal, let's switch sides, starting with the left shoulder. Breathe in, be aware, in touch with sensations at the left shoulder, out and release at your own pace. Moving down to the left elbow, touch and release in your own way. Continue down to the left wrist, touch and release. Notice the subtle sensations here if possible, and release on the out breath. Let attention flow into the left hand so that we are aware of sensations in the palm of the left hand, the back of the left hand, fingers. Breathing out, releasing. Imagine allowing the release of the weight of our left arm, allow it to rest comfortably on its support. And let's return our attention to the chest, to the center of the chest, to where we normally call the heart center. Breathe in, be aware of sensations here. Breathe out, release. And then we allow attention to travel further down the center of the body, to the abdomen, maybe at the level of the navel. We breathe into this spot inside the body to be aware, to be in touch with sensations here at the abdomen. And as we breathe out, release. Let attention travel even further down to the base of our spine. At the tip of the tailbone, breathe into this spot at the pelvis. Be aware of sensations here. Breathe out and release. Extend our attention down the right leg, starting from the right hip. Place your attention at the hip joint. Just pick a spot, does not have to be precise. Breathe into your right hip. Be aware of sensations here. Out and release. Moving down to the right knee, touch and release at your own pace. Down to the right ankle, touch and release. And into the right foot, we allow attention to flow, touch and release at the right foot. See if you can release the weight of the right leg, allow it to rest comfortably on the floor or whatever support it is on. Switching side to the left, starting at the left hip joint. Breathe in, be aware, out and release. Moving down to the left knee, touch and release. Into the left ankle, touch and release. Let attention flow into the left foot so that we are aware of sensations here. As we breathe out, deepen the sense of release. Release the left leg, allow it to rest comfortably on the floor or on its support. So let's rest our body in this posture. Allow the body to continue to settle, to unwind, to continue to release in its own time any unnecessary tensions, tightness, contractions. We rest our mind, our attention on the sensations of the breath so that we allow ourselves to fully experience the in-breath and the out-breath. Breathing in, take this opportunity to be in touch with your own experiences, that of the body or the mind. Highlight anything pleasant to come out of your meditation, pleasant sensations, positive learnings. And as you breathe out, continue to deepen the sense of release. So coming back to the breath, see if we can view any distraction as a perfectly normal activity of the mind. There's no need to be upset with it or frustrated with it. Simply when we become aware of it, we invite our attention to come back here and now and allow it to rest on the support, on the breath sensations in the body. And with an out breath, we work on deepening the sense of release. Imagine as we breathe out, more and more of the unneeded, unnecessary distractions and agitations can simply flow away with the breath. And then finally, expand the scope of your awareness. Check in, and in particular, highlight anything positive to come out of this meditation. Highlight any feeling of relaxation or calmness or stillness. Anything that you might regard as positive, highlight them to yourself and build a really positive association for yourself with meditation. And maybe in the mind we can do a brief dedication, dedicate that may all of these positive aspects of the meditation that come out of your practice may stay with us, may linger in our body and mind in such a way that they will continue to benefit us long after the meditation is over. You're most welcome if you have some comments or questions or feedback to post them on the live chat and I will attend to them. So just now is a meditation where I spend quite a long period of time on what I call the second step, helping body and mind to transition into meditation. And sometimes in my own meditation, that might be the only thing I focus on. Really taking the time, invite attention to come back and to be aware of the different bodily sensations. It's almost like reconnecting body and mind together. Because personally, I strongly believe that just this simple act of healing that connection between body and mind can allow the two activity of body and mind to start to, how should I say, make their own adjustments. The body might suddenly decide that, I'm not at work, I'm not in a stressful place, I'm meditating. So maybe I don't need to be so tight and so tense. And the body, given time, not necessarily immediately, slowly starts to release a lot of the physical holdings and tensions that we carry with us. And immediately, when that happened, we notice that, hey, I'm feeling more and more comfortable in my meditation posture, physically. There is an increasing degree of relaxation, physical relaxation, physical settling down. And maybe with the mind, it will take a bit longer. It's also possible for the mind to adjust, the mind to come back, to recognize and realize that, I'm meditating. I don't need to plan so much. I don't have to think so much. And you might start to release some of those, the busyness, the mental activities can start to slow down. And on occasion, it just, without us doing anything, it might really slow down to the point where it's almost as if we stop thinking with no effort on our part. We're not really trying. We didn't make that our objective. We are not consciously trying to make it happen. It just come to us. And when we have experiences such as this that we may view as positive or helpful, beneficial, we really allow ourselves to notice them, because that noticing is what helps us to build positive association. Okay, second meditation I thought today we can, which on Wednesday I tend to do a meditation related to mindfulness. And I've been sort of touching on the different aspects of mindfulness in relation to this acronym RAIN, RAIN, R for recognize, A for acknowledge, I for inquire, and N for nurture. So previously, I think I talked about nurture, mindfulness, like we can bring mindful attention to nurture kindness within our meditation, within our own life. But today I thought we can nurture something a bit different, nurture different habits of paying attention, a different mode of paying attention. So to make things simple, I sort of simplify and say that maybe we have two different mode of attending, paying attention. One I will call sensing, which means utilizing our physical senses. In meditation, primarily two senses: listening, hearing the sounds around, so from within our own body, and sensing the different bodily sensations, tensing, relaxing, hardness, softness, warmth, coolness, and vibrations and tingling sensations, sensing. Yeah. And sensing happen here and now in the present moment. Yet another mode of functioning of the mind activity, we can simply call it thinking. Thinking tends to involve concepts, ideas, could be ideas, could involve like memories, our images of the past, visual and otherwise, and could also involve our imagination of the future, of some alternate reality. So there's this whole activity of thinking. And our modern living, which is very complicated and complex, tend to push all the energy of our attention into thinking, whether we want to or not. Planning, trying to make sense of all the complexity at work or at home, in relation to the various happenings in our societies, the law, regulations, even trying to get the phone to work or the computer or whatever it is, involve thinking. So that is well developed. And now in this meditation, we try to nurture this other, the ability to be here and now, just simply enjoy sensing, listening, attending to the body, just be aware of the other aspects of our life, sensing sound, awareness of sound, bodily sensations, and in other occasions, other kind of experiences that comes through our physical senses. And so in this next meditation, I invite you to, if you want, you can label it, to really recognize thinking as thinking. You might want to label and say, oh, thinking. That's what I've been doing for the last minute, thinking. And having recognized and acknowledged that, we invite our attention to put that aside and come back here and now and invest it in sensing the breath, sensing the bodily sensations, be open to the sounds in our surrounding, and learning to be happy and contented to just be here, sensing very simple experiences, which is probably heightened by this recently with our lockdown, where we have restriction on our mobility, on the kind of activity that we normally are busy with. So now that those have been taken away from us, we may feel very uncomfortable to be at home, to not be able to go places or do other things, and so a bit feeling like being stuck. But we can transform that and say that maybe there's an opportunity to come back and nurture a different mode of functioning of attention, to be comfortable and happy and contented, to just be here and now, and just be open to be aware, to sensing what is happening. So let's give that a try and see whether what is the effect that come along when we are becoming more comfortable with sensing, which another way of putting it is present moment awareness. Right? So let's settle ourselves back into a meditation posture and ring this bell to signal the start of our second meditation. So just as before, let's take a few moments, allow the body to settle back into the meditation posture. And then, as a brief way of helping body and mind to shift gears, to make transition, let's start with a few deep breaths, just breathing in and out deeply for a few times, and remind ourselves as we breathe out to release. So let's allow the breath sensations to settle back to their natural rhythm. By that I mean we don't have to control the breath, the breathing in any particular way. So we can breathe. The breathing can be slow or fast, can be deep or shallow. We simply allow the body to breathe itself and see if we can rest our attention on or in the mode of sensing. And by that I mean we could be attending to the sounds in the surrounding. The sounds can be a support for our attention, or some of us might prefer to go back to the good old breath, sensing the breath. Sensations can be a support for us. Or you might also want to consider noticing the changing bodily sensations in the different parts of the body as a support. And feel free to switch among the different sensations or sounds. The main thing is to make sensing here and now in the present moment, the preferred mode of functioning of our mind, of our attention. And see if you can rest your attention here and now, in this moment, simply listening, feeling, sensing the breath and other bodily sensations. And sensing, staying here and now with your attention, maybe we can also notice the sensations at our own face. We check in to see if we have unconsciously tensed up the muscles of our face, muscles of the forehead, muscles around the eyes, or muscles of the jaw. We do have unconscious habits or pattern of holding to tensions and tightness. And if you notice any tension in the face, is it possible, especially as we breathe out, to see if we can release those tensions, to see if we can invite in a different feeling, a feeling of softness, of ease and comfort into our own face, and to be aware of those comfortable feelings, the feeling of ease and relaxation, of softening at our own face. So while sensing the sounds, bodily sensations, the breath, see if we can also allow ourselves to enjoy Any feeling of pleasure or comfort that come out of the meditation, feelings that are present here and now with us. And sooner or later, due to the habits of our own mind, we will notice that our attention is no longer with sensing. Our attention is drawn into thinking. Could be thinking about the past or future, could be planning, could be commenting. So if that's happening, see if we can recognize thinking as thinking. We can simply acknowledge it as such. Maybe you like to use a label as thinking. And then we nurture a different habit of attention. We invite our attention to come back here and now and rest it in sensing. Sensing the breath, sensing the body, listening to the sounds. So coming back to here and now in the present moment, see if you can allow yourself to enjoy the simple experiences of noticing, being aware of the changing breath sensations or the changing sensations in the different parts of the body or the changing experiences of sound and maybe even silence. Resting our attention here and now, we learn to do less and less until maybe doing almost nothing in our meditation. Just be comfortable and at ease in this very moment. resting our attention in the mode of sensing. See if you can find delight in recognizing our attention is drawn to thinking. And can we simply acknowledge it as such without being upset, without feeling that we have somehow failed in our meditation? Just recognize thinking as thinking and use this opportunity to invite our attention to come back here and now. Rest our attention in sensing, reinforce these new habits, and see if we can be happy to just come back to this very moment, to sounds, to breath, to bodily sensations. Inviting your attention to come back here and now. Now and then also sense whether have you tensed up the muscles of your face again. And if you have, see if you can release those tensions. Allow the face, the body to be as comfortable as you can be, resting in this moment, resting with sensing. And as we approach the end of the meditation, I invite you to expand the scope of your awareness, to check in, sensing how the body is doing. See if you can recognize and acknowledge any pleasant feelings, pleasant experiences here in the body, as well as acknowledge any uncomfortable or unpleasant sensations here. Check in and recognize and acknowledge what is going on in your own mind, the different activities. Maybe you recognize there is a predominance of thinking, or maybe there is a predominance of sensing. And whatever it is we find here, see if we can acknowledge them. And moving forward, we dedicate that may anything positive, helpful, beneficial that come out of our meditation, may they stay with us, may they linger in body and mind to continue to benefit us. Okay, thank you very much for spending the hour with me in meditation. And so I wish you to have a good week ahead and hope to see you again next week. So please take care and stay safe.